Okay, guys, I know that I said I would probably take a little break after filming part 4 of my home media collection, and when I filmed my Johnny Quest SWAT Cats fan concept idea video, but this is something that just dawned on me. Now, we all know that a crossover between Scooby-Doo and the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy would seem like a match made in heaven. I mean, it worked well with Scooby-Doo and Courage the Cowardly Dog. But I was thinking, what would happen if we had like a Billy and Mandy crossover movie with either the Funky Phantom Crew or Goober and the Ghost Chasers? I already made a community post about that a few minutes ago. And I know that you guys are going. Sorry about the stuttering. I know that you guys are already going into the comments section pointing out that a crossover between Billy and Mandy, the Funky Phantom, and or Goober and the Ghost Chasers would probably seem a little bit far-fetched and might not work, which I totally respect that. But I have to admit, I can already see Billy and Mandy and Grimm teaming up with either the Funky Phantom Crew and Goober and the Ghost Chasers. I mean, it can work. We've seen Billy and Mandy team up, crossover with Cody and Kids Next Door. And not to mention when you even saw, if you guys have ever watched Stray Out of Nowhere, Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, you guys would know how well that crossover movie worked. And I know that I already made a similar video a few months ago about Courage the Cowardly Dog teaming up with either the Funky Phantom Crew or Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Sorry about my stuttering a few seconds ago. Well, I just think that Billy and Mandy's Funky Phantom and Goober and the Ghost Chasers crossover might actually work. Of course, that would mean Maxwell Adams would have to be involved with the crossovers. And yeah, I know that we would have to wait a long time for this to happen, because we still have to wait for Warner Brothers Studios to get back on track, and I hope that David Zaslav gets fired for good. But I will admit, it will be pretty neat to bring back another classic Cartoon Network show and have it paired up with two other Hanna-Barbera shows like The Funky Phantom and Goober and the Ghost Chasers. And like I said before, it wasn't hard for Warner Brothers to make Stray Out of Nowhere Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, because we waited a long time for that to happen. Now here's something that you guys might be wondering. You're probably gonna ask me if a Billy and Mandy, Funky Phantom, and Goober and the Ghost Chasers crossover will be canon within the Billy and Mandy TV show. Well, or at least be canon with the Funky Phantom or Goober and the Ghost Chasers. Well, I think it's a 50-50 possible chance, okay? Just saying. But anyways, do you think it's possible for Billy and Mandy to cross over with either the Funky Phantom Crew or Goober and the Ghost Chasers as a direct-to-video, made-for-TV, or theatrical movie at some point, even though we would have to wait a long time for that to happen? Just let me know down in the comments below. And trust me, even though I still think a Billy and Mandy Scooby-Doo crossover can work, I suppose having Billy and Mandy crossover with Goober and the Ghost Chasers or the Funky Phantom Crew can work. Heck, I already made a similar video months ago about Courage the Cowardly Dog teaming up with either the Funky Phantom or Goober and the Ghost Chasers, if you know what I mean. Well, anyways, thank you guys for hearing me out, and I hope we get to see Billy and Mandy cross over with either the Funky Phantom or Goober and the Ghost Chasers in the near future. We'll see what happens.